What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Saturday. It is the start of the NHL and the NBA playoffs. So we're going to start off by doing our NHL playoffs in this video. We'll have another one for NBA soon, probably right after. But let's get right into this. If you guys have been liking these kind of prediction videos, please do like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. But let's dive right in with the Avalanche taking on the, I almost said Sacramento, the Los Angeles Kings here. The Kings, I'm pretty sure they have 20 overtime ties, whatever, and then all of them are losses, or I don't even know what it is. It's abysmal. So we will be taking the Avalanche pretty easily here. It'd be kind of hilarious if the Kings won. I know the Avalanche are kind of injured. I mean, maybe all the teams are kind of injured. You know, who knows what the severity of things are, but I think realistically they could take care of it. It is the Kings, but I would not be surprised if the Kings did win here, just because of that. Everyone's talking about these injuries or whatever, and they're more predominantly a defensive team, but defense wins championships, so we'll see. Got Dallas and Minnesota facing off here. I think this series is 100% going 7 games. I think the popular pick is Dallas, but I'm going to go with the underdog in the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to do this because I don't know. I just think the Minnesota Wild are very underrated. I think they've played good against the Stars. They've played good against the Avs. They've played good against pretty much all the kind of high teams, at least splitting series and stuff. So I'll take them to squeak it out in 7, pull off the upset here. I just feel like the Stars don't really ever do much in the playoffs. I don't know. I haven't been watching hockey for more than 5 years, but since I've been watching, the Stars are always really good regular season teams and then just crumble, I feel. So we'll see there. The first year I kind of really started paying attention was the year the Avs won too, so we might be running that back this year. Who knows? With the Vegas Knights and the Utah Mammoth here, it's a little tough because if you know, the Vegas Knights changed their coach towards the end of the season, and he is 7-0-1 heading into the playoffs. However, right before he got hired, the Mammoth did kind of destroy the Knights 4-0, and they have the whole season series. So we will be taking the Mammoth to beat them. I do like the Knights. Actually, the Knights may have been the first. No, the Knights was the second year that I watched that they won, and then the Panthers twice. But yeah, I think the Knights and Stars are all kind of. I could see the Avs, Stars, Knights, and Oilers all getting first rounded, but as you will see. Oh, how many games? Okay. So I will take the Avs in a gentleman's sweep. I will take the Minnesota Wild in 7. I will take the Mammoth in 6, just because of the new coach. And then I'll take Edmonton in 5, just another gentleman's sweep. Just because I kind of do like Anaheim. I like the Sharks. I like the Ducks. I just like teams with cool logos and stuff. I really like the Sabres just because of how versatile their uniforms are too. Speaking of the Sabres, I think they are going to lose despite their fantastic jerseys and apparel. It's just an unfortunate draw for them, in my opinion. The Bruins have kind of had them this season. So give me the Bruins, and then give me the Lightning, who have absolutely destroyed the Canadiens all season. So I will take Unfortunately, I will take the Sabres to lose, and then I will take the Lightning to continue what they've done to the Canadiens all season. I will actually take the Senators to upset the. I guess it's considered an upset. Upset the Hurricanes. I'm not the Hurricanes. So I'm from Connecticut. They used to be the Whalers. Then they moved, and I like the Hurricanes. I like the Whalers, but I don't really trust them. I feel like they always kind of just do the same thing. They make it. They're up there, like with the Stars. They're always in contention, and then they kind of just choke. They lose. What was it? 16 straight games, or 16 out of 17 games they lost to the Panthers in the playoffs or something like that, or even just their last whatever. That was last season, I believe. It's just crazy. It's crazy how whatever. So I'm gonna fade them, essentially just all-time fade here, and then I'm gonna fade the Penguins as well. I know that might not be the popular pick, I kind of just like the Flyers. I don't know. I like their colors, but I also think that they've kind of gotten waxed by the Penguins. But I think the Penguins are kind of limping in here. I know Crosby hasn't been playing as much, but they oddly might play better with Crosby. But I like the Flyers. I really like the Flyers. I think it's been a while since they've been in the playoffs. I think it's a familiar foe. I think they could figure it out if there was a team to get it done. So we'll take the Bruins in 6. We'll take the Lightning in 4. We'll take the Senators in 6. And we will take the Flyers in... We'll take them in 7. Nah, we'll take them in 6, because I think they'd have to win at home. I don't think they're winning a game 7 in Penn. Pittsburgh, not Pennsylvania. Same thing, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. So moving on. Avalanche and Wild. I will take the Avalanche. And then I'll take the Oilers over the Mammoth. It's not having me pick games anymore. I guess I have to finish out the round maybe. So we'll take the Lightning. And we'll take the Senators. It's not asking me to pick how many games and stuff, which is I find interesting. But yeah, we're going to take the Oilers. Oilers have been pretty dominant. I could see, again, I could see the Kings winning in the craziest way. I could see the Stars winning, whatever. But I think whoever makes it out of here has a pretty solid chance of making it to the conference finals. If the Avalanche are still injured, if the Kings squeak by, kind of thing. I also think this is a dark horse. But you never know. You really just never know. So I guess it's not going to let me pick whatever. So we'll just keep going. Avalanche over the Oilers. They beat them 9-1. I know they lost on the road, but they beat them 9-1. You scored 9 goals on somebody. I hope you win in the 7-game series versus them. And then Lightning versus Senators. I'm actually going to go with the upset here in the Senators. And my Stanley Cup champion will in fact be the Colorado Avalanche over the Senators. And the number of goals that will be scored in the Stanley Cup Finals will be 41. Nah, probably not. I'm going to go 21. It's a nice even number. It's not even, but you know what I mean. It's why did it not have me do any other series predictions besides the first round? Is that only something that's going to come into play once let's say the Wild and the Avalanche actually win, and then let's say the Knights win, but then the Oilers win. I don't think it would let me pick the series since I didn't pick the Knights, but I think it would let me pick the series if I did pick both teams. Like if these two teams won, but only one of these two teams won. So I don't know. I don't know if I have to like come back here and update this thing in time, but for the time being, I think this is good. If you were to make a prediction, if you haven't made your predictions yet, I would say of my picks, the only one that I think is 100%, like if I was to put my life savings on one team to move on, it would be the Lightning. Obviously, I have them in the only sweep, but they have just absolutely throttled the Canadiens this whole season. They're a young team. The Lightning are the Lightning. I'd say the Lightning are kind of due. I'd say the Avalanche and Lightning are both due for a Stanley Cup, so I think in terms of them both having really easy first-round matchups, just take the one where they've actually dominated. I think the Kings may have won a game versus them, may have just kept it close. They're a weird team, they keep it close, so if things go right for them in the playoffs, they could be a dark horse, along with the Vegas Knights. I mean, hell, along with the Oilers, along with even the Buffalo Sabres. If they make it out versus the Bruins, who knows what would happen. I mean, the Hurricanes, I see people taking the Hurricanes, so who knows? Who really knows? I like this bracket in hockey. It was getting too repetitive a couple years in a row with the Panthers and all the rematches and stuff, so hopefully this year's a little different. But with that being said, this is about it for me for this video. I'm about to go film my NBA video as well, so stay tuned for that, and then we will have perhaps a football card opening tomorrow morning, USA Stars and Stripes, and then we'll get back into the MLB pickups, MLB picks and predictions soon, probably Monday morning. So that's going to be it for me. This is, again, remind you, I haven't really watched much hockey. I keep up with the scores and the players and the injuries and stuff and the teams. So I know the teams better than I know the players. But I think this is a pretty good prediction. I think it's pretty good. I think I'm just kind of sitting here and just rambling on. So I'm going to call that here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I will see you soon. Peace.